Welcome to the Deep Dive by Global Heroes, your go-to for the real stories behind real heroes. Get more inspiring content in your inbox with our newsletter, and be sure to follow along on social media.
When you think about youth involved in the justice system, what's the very first word that pops into your head? For a lot of people, I suspect it's punishment. You know, that idea of paying a debt.
Consequence.
Exactly, a consequence for actions. But what if? What if time in custody could be more? Could it actually be a turning point?
A real opportunity.
Yeah, a moment to reset, build something new, and maybe step onto a completely different path. That's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at this really fascinating initiative. It's using, well, a fresh perspective and some very practical skills to transform lives. And maybe surprisingly, it's also tackling broader things like our national labor shortages.
Right.
We're digging into insights from skilled trades, transforming youth in custody, a piece by Matthew LeBlanc of the CWB Foundation. So let's set the scene a bit. Canada's youth justice system, traditionally it's been pretty heavily focused on the punishment side, right?
Very much so.
And the tough part is, without real opportunities for education, skills, mentorship, many young people who are released, well, they often get caught in this cycle.
It's a revolving door, unfortunately.
Yeah, back into the system. It's a pattern that's just incredibly hard to break.
And you're right, that cycle doesn't just happen. I mean, the backgrounds these young people often come from are incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
We're talking deep poverty sometimes, unstable housing, real trauma, education that's been completely disrupted or barely even started. There are some stark statistics out there. A 2015 report from Correctional Service Canada found, get this, 79% of inmates didn't have a high school diploma.
Wow, 79%.
And maybe even more telling, 65% were reading below a grade 8 level.
Grade 8.
So, you see, without some kind of serious intervention, their job prospects are, well, they're pretty poor.
Which leads right back to reoffending.
Exactly. Tragically increases the likelihood. It just screams out for a fundamentally different approach, doesn't it?
It really does. So, okay, given that reality, that challenge of breaking the cycle, what is the answer? What's a compelling, practical solution? And maybe it's something as tangible as skilled trades.
Hands-on skills.
Yeah. And we're not just talking about, giving them a job. It's more like framing it as a real pathway.
A pathway to independence?
Independence, self-reliance, like a genuinely new beginning. Building a foundation for a life they maybe never even imagined.
And what's really interesting, is how well this fits with what's happening economically.
Right, the labor shortage.
Precisely. We have this national shortage. Demand for skilled trades is rising. Think about everything around us. Buildings, roads.
Infrastructure.
All built and maintained by skilled tradespeople. So these vocational programs, they can give youth really practical skills and credentials that industry actually recognizes.
Like the CWB ones you mentioned.
Exactly, like from the Canadian Welding Bureau's foundation. These aren't just pieces of paper. They're qualifications employers value, often require. It's a direct route to financial independence.
That makes sense.
And there's GATA. That Public Safety Canada report from 2020, it looked at correctional education programs.
Okay.
It found that inmates who get vocational training are 28% more likely to find a job when they get out.
28%. That's not a small number.
Not at all. It's a significant factor in actually breaking that cycle we keep talking about.
Okay, that 28% really does highlight the potential, though, making it work everywhere is complex, I imagine.
Oh, absolutely. Context matters.
But let's unpack why certain trades, like welding and materials joining, why are they particularly powerful here? What is it about them?
Well, think about what welding involves. Working with metal, creating strong bonds.
So bridges, buildings.
Vehicles, pipelines, everything. It takes precision, specific techniques, and crucially...
No university degree needed.
Right. You don't need an advanced degree. The earning potential is really strong. And the careers themselves offer things often missing in these young people's lives.
Like structure.
Structure, yes. And that feeling of accomplishment from doing hands-on work, a real sense of pride.
I can see that. Building something tangible.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just the technical side, doesn't it? These programs really foster discipline.
How so?
Well, the precision needed in welding, for instance. It demands focus, patience. You can't just wing it.
Right.
It builds confidence, too. They see the results of their work right there. And maybe most importantly, it instills purpose.
Purpose. Yeah.
Imagine being young, maybe only knowing disruption, instability, and then suddenly finding something you're good at, something in demand. a clear path.
That psychological shift must be huge.
It really is. That sense of self-worth from creating something valuable, it often rippled out, positively affecting other parts of their lives.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's talk real world.
Yeah.
You mentioned an example, Sprucedale.
Yes. Sprucedale Youth Center in Simcoe, Ontario. This is where it gets really interesting because it's not just an idea, they're doing it.
Spearheaded by the CWB Foundation, you said.
That's right, with support from the Ontario government. It's a fantastic example of putting this philosophy into practice. Real on-the-ground impact.
So tell us, what does it actually look like inside Sprucedale? What's happening there?
Well, they literally built a fully equipped welding shop right inside the youth correctional facility.
Wow, okay.
But here's the really clever part, the innovation. It wasn't just about dropping off equipment.
No.
No, the CWB Foundation actually trained the correctional officers to teach the welding course.
The guards themselves?
Yes, using the Foundation's own educator training program. Think about that. Learning a valuable skill from someone you already see every day, maybe someone you trust.
Huh. That builds a different kind of relationship, I bet.
Exactly. It creates consistency, a supportive environment. That trust and continuity is so vital for youth who often haven't had much of it.
And the impact on the kids, what are they getting out of it, tangibly?
They're gaining skills that are directly relevant to industry. Skills they can use the day they walk out.
Right, real-world application.
They get access to those important certifications. Proof they could do the job, which employers look for.
Essential.
And maybe the biggest thing, they're developing a sense of direction. A pathway forward. Something, honestly, many have never experienced before.
It's giving them actual tools for a future.
Not just marking time. Exactly.
So if we zoom out from Sprucedale, what does its success tell us?
It really highlights the huge potential, doesn't it? What happens when education, industry, and the justice system actually work together?
It's more than just one success story.
Oh, definitely. It's proof of concept, a blueprint.
Yeah.
And you think, there are hundreds of similar facilities across Canada.
Hundreds, yeah.
So it raises that big question. How do we scale this? How do we replicate this?
There's a massive opportunity there.
A profound opportunity to build on this model, bring this kind of hands-on training to so many more young people ready for that fresh start. Sprucedale isn't just feel-good. It shows a path for systemic change.
Exactly. So thinking bigger. What would that expansion look like? What's the vision?
Well, first, maybe not just welding. Right.
Like broaden the scope.
Yeah, expand the offerings. Think carpentry, electrical work, plumbing, different skills for different people, different market needs.
Makes sense. More pathways.
And crucially, embedding this training into reintegration programs so the learning continues after release.
Ah, continuity. That's key.
Absolutely crucial. A certificate alone isn't magic. You need ongoing support to really make that transformation stick.
And partnerships.
Stronger, more seamless partnerships between the trades industries and the justice institutions, creating like a direct pipeline from training to career.
A pipeline to employment.
Yes. And ultimately, it means pushing for policy change, for long-term, consistent funding to keep these vital programs going.
Okay, so bringing it back to our listener, what does all this mean for you? Why should you care? It's obviously about more than just reducing crime, although that's a huge benefit for everyone.
It's a significant benefit, yes.
But it's also about unlocking potential, human potential, giving kids who've had immense challenges a real leg up.
A tangible ladder.
Yeah. And it's about tackling those inequities that often trap people in that cycle of poverty and incarceration.
Confronting the root causes.
And fundamentally, it's about building a stronger, more resilient workforce for all of us for the future. Investing in these programs isn't just helping individuals.
No, it strengthens communities, the whole economy.
It really is a powerful reminder that incarceration can be a turning point, that lives can be transformed through something like skilled trades.
Absolutely. And just think about the ripple effect. One person's life turned around, how that impacts their family, their community, the economy. What happens when we really choose to invest in that potential instead of just, punishing the past?
That is a powerful thought to end on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today.
Thank you.
If you're feeling as inspired by these possibilities as we are, we really encourage you to follow Global Heroes across social media. Stay connected, hear more stories of positive change and real impact. We'll be back soon with another deep dive.